Okay, welcome back to how to increase your conversions in your marketing. In this video, we're going to be talking about copywriting and things that you can do, whether you are doing a sales letter or whether you are doing website copy for a website that you're selling things on. You can increase your conversions by making sure that you are doing all of the basics in terms of copywriting, and that's what we'll be talking about now. One of the best things that you can do is to look at your copy to determine whether or not it's benefits based. Does your copy talk about the features of the products? Does it talk about the features of your company? Or does your website basically talk about the benefits that the customer is going to get? Does it talk about the things that are going to happen in their lives if they go the next step? Does it talk about ways in which they're going to accomplish the things that they want to accomplish? Does it tap into their emotions and their problems? If your website is based on what you think and less about what your customer is experiencing, then you probably have missed the balance between benefits and features. And you want to go back and really look at trying to add things to your copy that are benefits based. If you're not getting the sales that you'd like to get, take a look at your copy to see if it's based on the benefits to your site visitor. Of course, you'll want to use headlines in every major portion of your website or your sales page. And your headline should, again, be benefit based, but it should grab the attention of the buyer. It should grab the attention and really get them to zero in on what you're saying. And if your headline isn't drawing people in, if it isn't exciting them, this is an area in which you can improve dramatically your conversions. And if you do this, some people will literally hire out copywriters just to write headlines. That's how important they are. Whether you're doing email or a sales letter, make your headline something that attracts attention and gets the reader or visitor to pay attention. Now, there is also a pre-headline. Now, the pre-headline is also designed to grab attention, but it's designed to provide relations. So, in other words, you're going to use it to tie the reader from their emotions to the headline. So, in other words, some of the pre-headlines that you'll see will say something like, attention, offline marketers, or attention, internet marketers, or it might ask a question. Are you tired of making little profits with your copy? So you'll see that the pre-headline is a way of connecting your experience and your emotions as the reader to the headline. Okay, it's going to lead into the headline by tying you to it. There are also subheadlines. Now we're going to see all of this in a minute. So if you'll hang on, I'm going to go through the points here, and then we're going to take a look, and we're going to see these things in action in the actual pages of some of the marketers that we're going to be taking a look at. Subheadlines, which uh, basically give you the opportunity to catch your breath as a reader and to focus in again on what the letter or what the writer is trying to communicate with you. It is a way of getting you to keep reading and keep moving through the copy. Okay, bullets. Bullets are again benefit-based short headlines that again reinforce what the user is going to get. How are their lives going to change? And those bullets reinforce that. When you use images, the images should basically on balance show the user or what the user is going to get when they're in the goal position. Or in other words, what are they trying to strive to achieve? What is it going to look like when they achieve it? Well, that's what you want your images to communicate. Whether those images are in the graphics or the header, if you're going to put graphics or images in your sales copy, you want to make sure that the bulk of them, the balance of them really show the goal position. What is it going to look like? What is it what is the visual going to be when I've accomplished what I'm trying to accomplish, or when I get the product in my hands, what am I going to have? What is it going to look like? You'll see digital product creators literally take a digital product and create a box, or a box with lots of CDs around it. And we'll see that. And what that's doing is it's showing you, okay, this is what it's going to be like when you get it in your hands. It's creating a visual for you. It's a goal visual. Now, of course, what we want to do now is we want to take a look at some of these things in action on actual sales pages. Okay, well, we're looking at Dale's page, but I think the best place to start is to start with Eben Pagan. And Eben Pagan's has actually changed his approach over the last couple of years, but it's still very effective and it still converts very well. You're going to see here a benefit-based headline. Here's how you want to meet and date the kind of women you've always wanted. Do you understand that that has nothing to do with the actual program? It has nothing to do with telling you how many CDs you're going to get or how many pages the book has. This is about the visitor. The visitor wants to know how they're going to get some result. And everything in the main portion of where the visitor is going to be looking, they're talking about, or the Eben Pagan is talking about what they're going to get. Okay, now, so you also see that there's a headline there, right? Here's how to meet and date the kind of women you've always wanted. Now, there is no pre-headline in this case, but the headline does the job in terms of being benefit-based and grabbing your attention. Notice also that the style is not important, right? In this particular case, his style goes along with his website, but you don't have to have the bright red headline all the time. Sometimes it works and other times it won't. You'll notice that he's got some bullets down here, but again, the real basics are here if you can see them. Okay, now let's take a look at Mark Thompson's Webinar Express, and you're going to see some more of these elements. You can see a headline there, and you're going to see some elements like a subheadline in here. Right? You can see subheadlines here. Need to do webinars, want to do webinars. All of these little places are areas where you're breaking up the check out the benefits of Webinar Express. You're breaking up the reading for the viewer or for the visitor so that they can refocus in on your copy. Okay, so in all of these places, we'll take a look here at Ewan Chia's Autopilot Profits here. You'll see some of these elements here again. Here is a pre-headline, right? The internet's fastest, easiest, laziest way, introducing, because easiest and laziest ties you to this way of making money. And then here's your headline, right? And you'll see some sub-headlines here. Imagine seeing cash in minutes from now. Introducing the plug-and-play Autopilot's profit system. Again, a sub-headline. You'll see bullets here. Right? All these little points here are bullets, and basically they then keep you reading the copy. So as you start to think about whether or not these elements are present in your marketing, you can add all of them to increase your conversions, adding bullets, adding images, making sure you have subheadlines, pre-headlines, a headline that grabs attention. All of these things are things that will work in your marketing if you don't have effective copy right now, if you're not getting the results that you want. Okay, so in the next video, we're going to move on to some of the other elements of copywriting. We're going to be talking about proof, social proof, authority, call to action, guarantee, and takeaways. Okay, so I hope this has been helpful to you, and I will see you in the next video.